Hello everyone, this is the Gaming Alien. In today's video we're going to be talking about why Jason cannot be added to Dead by Daylight. If you're new around here, leave a like and all that good stuff. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just enjoy the video. Starting off, Jason Voorhees would have been perfect DLC for Dead by Daylight. The Friday the 13th movies are huge and he's one of the most popular serial killers in the movie industry, along with Freddy Krueger aka the Nightmare, Leatherface aka the Cannibal, and of course Michael Myers aka the Shape. Yes, the pig is in there as well, but I wouldn't say the pig is anywhere near as iconic as the other four main baddies. Now, again, Friday the 13th, the game, is a fun game, can be a little bit slow paced at times, but you have a lot of fun playing as Jason. There is a ton of maps to choose from, which could mean there could be many possibilities for Jason to have a map in Dead by Daylight. I think if Behaviour were to add him into Dead by Daylight, they would just call the map Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake, or something along the lines of that. But there's a ton of maps to choose from, as you've seen in the Friday the 13th game. It's not just one map, it's different sections of different maps, so there could be different variants of the map if he was added into Dead by Daylight. Okay, so you think about Jason Voorhees, what's he famous for? Killing a lot of young counsellors.
Motherfucker.
That means there's a lot of counsellors to turn into survivors within Dead by Daylight. All they need to do is select one. The one I was thinking about would be Tommy Jarvis, since he's the one who puts up quite a fight. And he's the one everyone knows. Everyone knows his name. One thing they could do, and the only thing they've done with the Halloween chapter, is add in Michael Myers' iconic Halloween music by John Carpenter. That's when he's chasing you, there's different stages to his music, and obviously when he tears up, he gets the music chimed a little bit. A bit like Freddy has the lullaby with the little kids singing as his terror radius. That's a nice touch, but he still has the same chase music as every other killer. So Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, if he was ever added to this game, could actually be the ones with their own music in the game. However, it is just another lawsuit copyright thing for Behaviour to go through, and it makes him even harder to be added into the game. So if that's the reason why they're avoiding certain music for certain killers, I understand. So that's everything pretty much what I could think of why Jason Voorhees would be perfect for Dead by Daylight. Yes, he might play a little bit like the Trapper and look a little bit like the Trapper, but personally they could easily change that, add his own abilities where he can teleport, he can shift, anything like that. But just don't copy the Friday the 13th game too much now. So we've went through all the reasons why he would be perfect. Now this is the part pretty much why he has never been in the game and will never be in this game. Now, before this whole lawsuit thing, I think Behaviour were maybe looking into adding Jason Voorhees, and maybe even before the Friday the 13th game came out, that would have been a perfect touch. The Friday the 13th game did come out, and I'm assuming that would push Behaviour back and say, okay, we can't add Jason just yet. This is our main competition for this sort of survivor game. So we need to have them be unique, and definitely the Friday the 13th won't accept their offer for the licensed killer to be in Dead by Daylight. So if you didn't know already, the Friday the 13th game has been discontinued for any new content to be added. People still play it on a daily basis. I played it recently and I definitely had some fun on it. It's not got the fun aspect away from it just yet. So there's no new content being added for Friday the 13th game. This is why. Victor Miller was the original scriptwriter for the Friday the 13th movie. For some reason he wanted to reclaim the rights back for himself and not do anything with them. That meant that Friday the 13th game by Gun Media and Ilphonic Studios, they could no longer produce content for the game, just because the rights were no longer theirs, and that Victor Miller has now got in charge of the rights and decided, hey, this is mine now, don't do anything with this franchise, it's perfect, just leave it. That meant no more licensing for the game. They can't continue. Yes, they can still have it up on markets. Yes, they can still make money from sales, but they're not going to make any more money for new DLC content. Now, don't get me wrong, the game, in my opinion, was fun, but there wasn't much else they could add. They've added different character skins. That's all the things I could think about. Different character skins. They couldn't really add any new content. The only thing that was missing there was the Jason X. Now, I believe Jason X was meant to be released, but then this lawsuit got confirmed and they can no longer release Jason X into Friday the 13th. So if the official licensed game for Friday the 13th can't make any new content, why would the Behaviour team at Dead by Daylight then risk going in for anything to do with this? They don't want to be involved in the lawsuit, they don't want to ruin their game, they don't want to stop providing content for their game. So I'm assuming this is why behaviour in Dead by Daylight took a massive step back and said, okay, we cannot add this killer at this moment in time. The Friday the 13th chapter wouldn't go through just because of the whole reclaim of the rights by Victor Miller. This doesn't really mean that Friday the 13th chapter can't happen in Dead by Daylight in the near future. Well, it does, but I'm talking a couple of years time in the future. It could still possibly happen, but it really depends on Victor Miller if he decides to open up the rights again, if there's another film being made, if there's another game being made, and if Friday the 13th the game can actually make new content. So therefore, Jason Voorhees will no longer be any part or any history to do with Dead by Daylight. There's a lot of fan concepts, they look pretty cool, but I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. This lawsuit minimised almost all chances for Jason Voorhees or any survivor to become a Dead by Daylight character. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. Don't have to if you don't want to. I stream over on Twitch, Dead by Daylight as well, so make sure you come say hello. That would be much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.